The witness must be around here somewhere. Hello. Hello. Uh-oh. Don't tell me the witness is a robot. Hello. Come over here. Hello. Hello. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you... I am Clanko. Okay, just skip that on its own. I am Clanko. Shall I guide you? Guide you? I don't know why, but this robot's kind of freaking me out. Hey, you're not supposed to be wandering around. Ah. Again? I've had it with you, hunk of junk. I'm outside. Am I wondering, when did that happen? Okay, welcome back, hunk of junk. You don't know how close you came. If you didn't snap out of it, I was going to put you on the curb on trash day. Nothing works better than a 42.5 degree karate chop. That's pretty specific. Excuse me, but are you the one who witnessed the murder? Oh, and I'm Phoenix Wright, lead attorney of the case. How do you do? Big shot lawyers, huh? I'm Aurora Blackwell. Right. That voice isn't going to work for you. Give me a minute. Big shot lawyers, huh? I'm Aurora Blackwell. I don't know. Oh, God. Welcome back, Uncle Junk. You don't know how close you came. Nothing works better than a 42.5 degree karate chop. That'll do, I guess. Simon Blackwell's already very British, but I'd already committed to the Shadow the Hedgehog voice, otherwise I'd have adjusted that too. I'm a researcher developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center. Blackwell? Could she be? And this good-for-nothing robot's named Hunk of Junk. My name is not Hunk of Junk. My name is Clanko. That's me, Miss Aurora. Quit complaining. Your model number is Poncho 2. But Miss Aura, everyone calls me Clanko. Quit your squatting already. No, what are you doing? No, don't. There. I bet you won't be talking back now. I will obey completely. Yikes, I better watch what wires I cross with this one. Your last name's Blackwell. Do you have a relative in the legal profession? You are correct. Simon Blackwell, who used to be a prosecutor, is... Shut up. I only speak when I order you to speak. Simon's my little brother. You know him? Yes, we've met him in court a few times. Right, Athena? What a dull creature. Has her switch been turned off? Athena being shy? This is new. Oh yeah, I heard he was prosecuting again, despite being a prisoner. Why don't you just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison, right? Huh. Hey, what do you think, Uncle John? Ms. Aura, that hurts. I'm asking you a question, why don't you answer me, useless hunk of junk? But Ms. Aura, you told me to speak only when you order me to speak. I told you not to talk back to me. You're worth more than scrap. Robot abuse, hawk attacks, Blackwell family life must be interesting. Well, you have any other questions? Right, of course you do, you're a lawyer. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything, I just want to get this over with. So you're the person who witnessed the incident? That's right, I was on the 4th floor of the main building, in the robotics lab. The explosion disabled the elevators, so I loaded the emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. Oh, but it was such a pain, why couldn't they just use ladders in the other rooms? It must have been a very troubling experience. There's the humour here. Then, as I passed by the 3rd floor boarding lounge... Try that again. Then, as I passed by the 3rd floor boarding lounge one window on my way down, I saw a crime as it happened. And that's about it. So you saw the crime as it happened and that's about it? I see. Wait, what? You saw it being committed? This isn't just not a repeat. So you saw into the 3rd floor lounge. The very scene of the crime. That's right. There's a small window on the right hand side of the room. I looked through it from the outside. The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure on the lighter in the left hand. And a knife in the right. That must have been the culprit. Did you see who the person was? Of course not. Power's out on the floor, and then there was only that tiny window. I see. But you did witness the moment of the murder? Yeah, I saw the figure with the lighter raise a knife and... It happened precisely 10 AM. Did you witness anything else? Did the killer have any distinguishing features? I already told you, it's pitch black in there. Although, I did notice the light of the person on the left hand had a pretty ornament on it. Looked like a planet. It was blue, like a little Earth emblem. They're good tasting knickknacks anyway. An Earth emblem on the lighter. I better remember that. Thank you for your statement. We'll definitely prove Mr. Starbuck's innocent with this. Yeah, right. I wouldn't hold my breath. Pardon me? Oh, that hurt your feelings? Sorry, I just detest lawyers is all. What don't you like about lawyers? It's just an instinctive dislike. But don't feel bad. I hate prosecutors even more. That doesn't make me feel any better, actually. Why do you hate lawyers so much? Little thing from my past. The whole legal system's meaningless in the first place. I certainly don't agree. I mean, people are imperfect, they lie, they're influenced by silly emotions. You can't expect such imperfect creatures to uphold a reasonable system of law. I like robots much better, even sad sex like this one. Hey you, look alive there! Yes, here I go. I am the ultimate Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, that's enough out of you. You're getting a little too carried away. What was I doing? Yep, I like robots much better. At least you can make them any way you want them. Unlike humans with the petty emotions and constant worries. How can you say such things? feeling emotions, worrying about the things we care about. That's what makes us human. Well, the girl finally talks and she starts with a speech. That's what makes us human. You mean getting angry and snorting like that? Rational thought. That's what separates humans from animals. Unfortunately, your reasoning capabilities are more akin to that of a clever little monkey. But that's nothing to be ashamed of. Must be nice to have such a simple mind. Can I punch her, boss? Get a hold of yourself, Athena. Humans certainly are absurd. I said you were clever, didn't I? Poor thing. Tell me, with people like you in charge, how can I possibly trust the legal system, eh? So you just trust not only lawyers and prosecutors, but the whole legal system? What in the world happened to this woman to make her so bitter? Even if someone important to me was killed, I'd never wish to see their killer brought to trial. I'd much rather kill him myself. You can't be serious. That thing you're wearing around your neck. Oh, this? She mean widget? Oh, I get it. Well, well. Her Royal Highness has returned at last to her castle. Royal what? She talking about Athena? By the way, I heard the rumours. Our director's going to be the star witness in court tomorrow, right? Director Cosmos? Yes, that's right. You poor things, you better be careful. That old man's as big a lion and a huge braggart. You what? He might seem like a big wig, but the centre has all kinds of problems. He has a lot of skeletons in his closet. But it's your problem. Why should I care? That's it. No friendly tips, no good luck, guys. Just splendid. I'll leave you to your woes. Come on, Uncle Junk. It's sad to me she doesn't believe in our legal system anymore. She must have had a very bad experience to make her feel that way. Are you alright, Athena? You seem very down. I can't believe she just said all those things. Wow, she's really upset. Has she been trying to let it show the whole time? Well, I guess it's not all that surprising. You hear about fabricated evidence and false indictments on the news all the time. You mean the whole dark age of the law nonsense? I'm sick of hearing about that. Well, all we can do is believe what we're doing. Yeah, you're right, boss. I agree. Maybe someone went back to see Mr. Starbuck. Good idea. We should tell him about the bullet and Miss Blackwell's statement. All right then. Next stop, the detention centre. Right, let's see if I can do this without fucking up your voice again. My lawyers are here. It must be bad news. Hey, not necessarily. We found a new witness. A researcher saw the moment of the murder through the lounge window during her escape. Really? They're going to let me go? Unfortunately, it was dark and she couldn't identify the person. I should have known. My stars never align just right, too. But we got a lead too, Mr. Starbuck. The murderer had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it. A lighter with an Earth emblem? Oh! Did you remember something? Yep, I sure did. Just a little bit, though. Anything at all would be a help. Please tell us what you remembered. I thought I was unconscious the whole time, but now I remember I woke up for a few brief moments. That's huge. Do you remember seeing anything? A lighter. I saw the flame of a lighter floating in the darkness. Good, good. What else did you see? What was nearby? It was definitely the boarding lounge. It must have been after Clay carried me there. The light from the flame, I saw a dark shadow flickering. A dark shadow? That must have been the third party we've been looking for. Thank you, Mr. Starbuck. You've been more help than you know. If we can prove there was this third person at the scene and that they're the real killer, you'll be cleared of all suspicion. The key will be whether or not we can identify this third person in court tomorrow. At least we have something to go on now, and that's a big plus. I should probably tie the evidence up a bit before someone mistakes me for a hoarder. Now we have a glimmer of hope. I'm suddenly starving. Why don't we go back to the office and treat ourselves to a big celebration in advance? For someone who's highly empathetic, you can be surprisingly unsympathetic. So you found your strategy for tomorrow's trial, huh? Good for you, Daddy. Well, it's one step forward anyway. Hopefully it gives us a fighting chance in court. As long as we can find out who this third person is. Now let's get something to eat. I'm starving. My vote is Eldune's noodles. Oh, Apollo! What are you doing here? I didn't think the clinic was ready to release you yet. My wounds are fine. I'm done lying around. Apollo, you're supposed to be in bed. Leave the case to us. We'll take it from here. Thanks, but that's not an option. Not for me. Apollo. You shouldn't underestimate your injuries, Apollo. I don't want you overdoing it. I'm fine. I'm not in pain no more. Besides, they just give me an IV at the clinic. An IV isn't a cure-all, mummy man. Anyway, tell me how the case is going. You guys made any progress? Careful, Wolfie. You're slipping into Australia there. A suspicious figure was pointed at the scene. I think that must be the real killer. Suspicious figure, eh? Right. I thought you'd be happier than that. Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm happy. And I fully intend to see Clay's murderer apprehended. Absolutely nothing will get in the way of that. Clay was your best friend, right, Apollo? That's right. Best friend since junior high. Sounds like me and Junie. So what was Clay like? Well, he was full of compassion and energy. And had a really loud voice. If the two of you did voice training together, I bet you'd break a few windows. You know, I bet you're right. Seems like only yesterday, Clay was the guy who lived for his dreams. We used to talk about it a lot. He was going to be an astronaut and me a lawyer. We'd talk one in the night, and even then, we never grew tired of it. Apollo, about that jacket. Oh, it's Clay's. I knew it. It's a special jacket that was only issued to members of the Act Project. He was finally able to get one of his own once he was selected for the Act 2 mission. He always looked so proud wearing it. But just when his dream was finally coming true, oh, I still can't believe it. Damn it, it's not fair! Apollo, I hope you don't try to carry this burden all alone. I guess we were both unlucky. My own debut was a disaster. I guess you're right on some level. That try a year and a half ago wasn't exactly the smoothest of starts. That was a rough time for me. But Clay refused to let me quit. You're fine, he'd say. Don't give up. It was right during his screening exams too. I couldn't have become a full-fledged lawyer without him. That "you're fine" of his is why I'm still standing here today. You're fine, huh? You're fine and I'm fine were like your catchphrases, weren't they? Something like that. Sure brings back memories. And when we were in junior high, Clay's mum passed away in an accident. But he wouldn't show his sadness to anyone. One night, I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard. Mum. Get away, Apollo. Don't come over here. Clay, listen to me. I don't have a mother either. Huh? I always think everybody else has a mum. Why am I the only one? But you know, when I sort of feel that way, I yell at the top of my lungs, I holler, I'm fine. And you know what? I sort of feel like maybe I really will be fine. Apollo Justice is fine. Okay, Clay, now it's your turn. Okay. Clay Tarrant is fine. There you go. Now we're both fine, huh? We're fine. We're fine. What are you laughing about? See? We're fine. You laugh first. I'm fine. You're fine. We're both fine. Thanks, Apollo. When you say it out loud, it really starts to feel real. As long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed. As long as you don't give up. Wasn't there somebody who said something similar? Clay called Mr. Starbuck his mentor and looked up to him. I wonder if I can be a good role model for my staff like Mr. Starbuck. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'll be taking a leave of absence. What? Wait, what do you mean by a leave? You're really serious? Can you at least give me the reason why? When I put Clay's jacket on, I swore to him I'd catch his killer myself. But that's our goal too. I agree with Athena, we should work together to find the truth. The truth, eh? That's a noble cause. But what if the truth you seek and the truth I seek turn out to be different?
I'm not sure I follow. What are you saying, Apollo? I'm going to catch the person responsible for taking my friend's life in my own way. Take good care of Mr. Starbuck for me. Nah, I must be going. Goodbye. Goodbye? Did you just say goodbye? I sense a lot of seething anger and hatred coming from him. And also suspicion. Oh, he's not walking out on us like this. I'm going to go talk some sense into him. Hold on, Athena. Apollo can believe what he wants, but I believe he's wrong. Even if we take different paths, the truth we arrive at should be the same. I think the quicker we solve this case, the better it'll be for Apollo. Yeah, you're right, boss. Alright, it's enough for one day. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow's trial, okay? If we were here right now, Apollo would say, I'm fine. Everything is fine. I just hope things really do turn out fine tomorrow. Where's the judge? I suppose we should reconvene the trial of Solomon Starbuck or something.
Objection!
Your Honour, could you please come out from under your bench? There are no more bombs, I promise. Yes, my apologies. I'm just a little jumpy when it comes to trials involving bombs. I mean, first the courtroom exploded. Then Mr. Tonate self-destructed. I guess that's one way of describing what happened to Tonate. Anyway, it seems that Mr. Justice was seriously wounded by Mr. Tonate's actions. So you, Mr. Rowe, will be taking the defence? Do you have an understanding of what happened in the trial so far? Yes, Your Honour. The defence is ready. Very well. Is the prosecution also ready? I take it you'd like me to give the opening statement this time? Looks like the judge has become a pretty good mind reader. Well, he's certainly seen more than his fair share of colourful prosecutors. You could say something of a veteran of sorts. Let's see. In the previous part of this trial, we learned the victim, Clay Tarrant, escaped from Launchpad 1 carrying the defendant, Solomon Starbuck. There were explosions on the second floor of the Space Center and the rocket itself. The two astronauts used the Launchpad 1 corridor to reach the boarding lounge. And how could the victim climb down the ladder if he was carrying the defendant? That was the mystery that needed to be solved. But Mr. Justice proved the victim was killed in the boarding lounge. Prosecutor Blackwell, were you able to discover any new facts related to this point? Upon further investigation, we discovered an oxygen tank fragment in the lounge. Surprisingly, it would appear that Justice Dono's argument was correct. Does that mean the testimonies of the first two people of the scene are suspect? And just as our team was about to cross-examine Detective Arm, the courtroom bombing incident occurred and the trial was put on hold. That accursed fellow, he killed my witness. He killed Detective Arm. He definitely put the kibosh on anyone asking about her, what she's... He definitely put the kibosh on anyone asking her about what she saw. Exactly. In other words, the question of who killed the victim in the boarding lounge has once again become the main focus of this trial. It's obvious Prosecutor Blackwell still thinks it was Mr. Starbuck. Forbright said that Blackwell has a thing against the astronaut. Nevertheless, the defense argues there was a third person in the lounge and that's who killed the victim.
Objection!
To make such reckless claims in a courtroom takes a bold man, or a stupid one. There was no third person in the boarding lounge, or have you gone dotty already? Old man.
Objection!
We'll see who's the dotard after I trounce you with my years of experience, little boy. In any case, Mr. Starbuck claims he saw someone leaving the lounge. Furthermore, a Space Center employee also saw a suspicious figure at the scene. They saw a third person? I see my sister's been running her mouth. That's right, I forgot that Aura is Prosecutor Blackwell's sister. No matter, she didn't see this mystery person's face clearly. Therefore, there's no evidence to indicate this person was not the defendant. I guess the possibility that the figure was Mr. Starbuck is still there. In brief, we need to determine if a third person was there or not. To this end, we should hear the testimony of one of the first people on the scene. Director Cosmos, huh? Very well. Bailiff, please bring the witness to the stand. Why, I believe I've seen you before in the newspapers. Of course you have. Of course you have, for I'm Yuri Cosmos, Director of Cosmos Space Center, which was of course named after me, Yuri Cosmos. Don't you have anything you wish to ask me? Looks like he's all geared up to do some bragging. 7 years ago, I successfully launched the Hat-1 and... Everyone already knows how brilliant you are. Even I'm trying to hold back my tears at seeing such a great man stand before me. Could you please proceed directly to your important testimony? I see the fine young lad has proper appreciation of greatness. Allow me to begin my apothetical testimony that will be recorded in the annals of history. That speech of Prosecutor Blackwell just now sounded to me like he was poking fun at Director Cosmos. It's probably for the best it's said right over the director's head. Now then, Director Cosmos, the condensed version of your illustrious testimony, please. Detective Arm and I rushed towards the boarding lounge together. We went via control room and peeked in from there to see what was going on inside. We saw a figure standing in the middle of the lounge and Taran lying on the floor. I hate to say it, but I can only imagine the standing figure must have been Starbuck. I see. So your testimony, you claim you arrived on the scene after the two had escaped the launch pad to the lounge, and just after the victim had been killed. Oh, the horror, the humanity. But what I said is what I saw, and what I saw is what I said. Courageous action to take in the face of such terrifying explosions, wouldn't you say? To save my men, I went personally into the epicenter of danger, risking my own life for theirs. What do you know? Sounds the director really cares about his men. Yeah, although it sounds more like he was scared and just had a peek from far away.
Is the defence ready to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honour. Director Cosmo's testimony is pretty vague. I'm going to have to press him and draw out more information before I can do anything else.
Hold it!
Where are you coming from?
6th floor. We were making sure any stragglers made their way to the 4th floor. It was then we heard Starbuck and Terran and hurried to the 3rd floor lounge. Oh my, Galactic Scooter here, of course.
Why do you keep calling it galactic? Does it have something to do with space?
Of course, it's specifically designed to be used on galactic battleships.
I see. I take it works in 0G too?
Sadly no, with current state of technology as it is. I'm afraid it would just float about and be galactically useless.
Well, that's a galactic bummer.
I see, so you rush to the boarding lounge on your space-age pogo stick.
Oh, that's good.
And when you got to the sea, what did you see?
Hold it!
Let's see, according to this diagram, you didn't have to go through the control room to get to boarding lounge 1. It looks like you could have gone there from the southern corridor as well.
Yes, but in her haste, Detective Arn rushed ahead of me toward the control room. All I could do was merely follow behind her.
I see.
So we peeked into the boarding lounge from the control room door and...
Hold it!
So you couldn't see who the figure was clearly or what they were doing.
Sadly, the only thing I could tell was that it was a person standing motionless.
The defendant, no doubt, staring aghast at his deed. What other explanation is there? Oh, I'm so close. Without evidence, I can't prove that person's the third party.
I don't relish in this, and...
Hold it!
Aura Blackwell also saw a suspicious figure at the lounge, but she gave the statement that it was too dark to see the person's face clearly. Did you see this figure's face clearly?
No, not clearly. The light they were holding illuminated the area around their feet at the time, but other than that I could see little else. That's why I could see Terran, but not who the other person was.
So for all you know, it might not have been Mr. Starbuck, isn't that correct?
I would like to believe that Starbuck isn't the type of man who's capable of murder.
When the witness entered the boarding lounge, there was no third person there. Isn't that correct, Great Space Center Director?
Yes, that's right. Only Starbuck and Terran were there by that time. After we peeked in, the lounge suddenly went dark and the figure vanished.
You mean they disappeared? That's
Objection!
odd. The reason the figure appeared to vanish was because it was the defendant. When the witnesses weren't looking, he fell to the floor and feigned unconsciousness. Hold on. Director Cosmos, did you ever take your eyes off the scene?
Just for a brief instant, about as long as it takes for the shooting star to go by.
If you took your eyes off the scene, then the third person could have escaped during that time.
But what escape route could this person have used?
The direction opposite the control room, the southern door to the elevators. There's no security lock on that door, so it would have been possible to escape this way.
Objection!
All things are possible, right, Dono? The real question is, do you have any proof? Well, if we're just talking possibilities, we could each profess whatever we like. An inmate who used to be a university professor and lunar researcher used to say that there is a kingdom of little green men who live under the surface of the moon. As long as they don't punish us in the name of said moon for what we've done to it. But I say, where's your proof that this quainted kingdom exists? He's calling your theory of work of fiction, boss. And he's right, I don't have any proof yet. Still, the southern door was a possible escape route. I better make a mental note of that. Director Cosmos, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why did you look away from the boarding lounge?
Aha! There's actually another tale of bravery behind the answer to that. It was when Detective Arms saw the figure and raised her gun. Being a great humanitarian and protector of mankind, I tried to stop her.
What? You're saying Detective Arm raised her gun as soon as she saw the figure? Excuse me.
I imagine an instincts detective told her they were the killer.
I don't know about that. And were you able to prevent Detective Arm from firing her gun?
I'm afraid I was too late. I was unable to stop her. She identified herself clearly, and then she fired 2 warning shots at shadowy figure.
Where's the second bullet then?
This information about Detective Arm's actions sound critically important. Please add it to your testimony.
Objection!
Oh dear, wrong one. Bullet hole then.
Objection!
Are you sure you were really paying attention to what Detective Arm was doing?
You doubt my words that will someday be written in their history books?
Somehow, I don't think that those exact words will ever be written down in any history books.
Mr. Wright, please explain yourself so we can all understand.
You say Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots, and yet only 1 bullet hole was found at the scene. What? Only 1 bullet hole means the gun was only fired once, and yet Director Cosmos is saying the Detective Arm fired 2 shots. No editor would allow such a glaring contradiction into a history book.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, the witness's words are true. We confirm 2 shots were fired from Detective Arm's gun.
Objection!
But there was only 1 bullet hole at the scene. Where'd the other bullet hole vanish to? Ah! You should know the answer to that already. I should. During the previous trial, a certain oxygen tank was presented as evidence. We already discussed it was ruptured in the lounge, have we not? Well, it appears the thing that ruptured it was a bullet. A bullet found near the tank, to be precise. This bullet was fired from a .38 caliber gun, the same caliber as a detective's gun. What? The rifling marks also match up. There's no question the bullet was fired from Detective Arm's gun. Rifling marks? The gun's fingerprints on a bullet's correct? And examining the rifling marks on a bullet can tell us the gun it was fired from. One of the bullets the detective fired found its way into the holographic image display. The other bullet came to a stop near the victim's oxygen tank. The evidence confirms the director's statement that the detective fired 2 shots. My beautiful contradiction. Gone. All gone. So that bullet hole's from a .38 caliber, huh? I better update the record. Very good. Now we both know the fate of both the shots Detective Arm fired. Mr. Wright, does that clear up all your questions? Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots. One hit the holographic display, the other hit the oxygen tank. Does that really clear up everything about what happened at the scene? Of course it doesn't. No, Your Honour, it doesn't. Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots from a .38 caliber gun. That doesn't explain the existence of a certain piece of evidence found at the scene. A piece that points to the existence of a third person. Oh. Very well, but it won't do to keep us waiting, Mr. Wright. What piece of evidence suggests the possibility of a third person at the scene?
Take that!
And what's this metal pellet supposed to be? Just a little something of great importance we found at the scene, Your Honour. You found it where? In a floor gutter at the crime scene. It looks like the police and prosecution both missed it. Furthermore, this is a .10 caliber bullet, making it much smaller than the one of Detective Arm's 1.38 calibers. Then that means... Exactly. One more person must have been there in the lounge. A third person who has a gun that could fire .10 caliber bullets. And if it's true, it explains why Detective Arm fired warning shots. The third person fired Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun. And in return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Director Cosmos? It looks like you deduced my miraculous tale of survival. Yes, you're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us. What's this now? What? You don't breathe a word of any of this to me before. All great men have secret or two, don't you know? Foolish old geezer. So Director Cosmos really has been hiding the presence of a third person all along. Excuse me. Director Cosmos, I want you to testify to the court about what you really saw. You may be a very great man, but in my courtroom you're just another witness. You won't receive special treatment here. Now please give accurate testimony.